Your first bolt action battle, 500 points, 1 box challenge, bolt action version 3. 2 armies, 1 box each, 500 points, bolt action version 3. And one of these lists is probably about to lose. Fair warning, this is a real game, it's not a polished one. If you're building for the 1 box challenge, watch what happens when these armies hit the table. Chapters are below if you want to jump ahead. Right, let's go. So I'm going to be on the right hand side here on this shot, playing the French, and Alex is on the left hand side here. He's playing his Finnish army, and we're just pulling. We're going to set up the infiltrators first, and Alex's dice comes out first there, and he's going to set up his sniper in that ruined building. So I know my one's out next. I'm quite glad he pulled his sniper first. It means I don't have to put my spotter out of line of sight to start with, well, out of field of view. Now, I'm trying to set him up so he's out of line of sight of the sniper, but I get a look straight up the side of that building, which I do manage to do. We both checked it. And we're playing on a 4x4 here, and the buildings with roofs are just buildings, funnily enough. The ones without roofs or ruined roofs, we're playing as ruins, and we're playing meeting engagement. Meeting engagement. The setup is long table edges, although it's a 4x4 table, and we are playing seek and destroy. So it's basically taking units off the table, and one side to win has to have 2 more units of an advantage. So kill 2 more units than the other side. Now in here, I'm just setting up an anti-tank rifle, again out of line of sight of the sniper, and pulled another dice. I'm thinking that I can maybe charge up this bottom edge of the table here where the canal is and kind of keep out of line of sight of that sniper that's there. And then I'm setting up a unit of my infantry here. There is an LMG in there, and I'm trying to make sure they're in cover. I'm thinking 6 men, even if the sniper's on form, it's only going to take 1 or 2, so I'm probably all right. And I'm going to try and go into the ruins here. Now, I can't run into them, I can only advance in. So we've got an advance order on them, and I'm just measuring to see where 6 inches comes. And yes, I can just get them in that building and no more. So we're going to place them in there, and then at first I don't quite realise that I have a shot on the sniper. So that's a long shot. I've only got the LMG is probably in range. So when you see me realise, I will measure up. I can't quite get the entire squad in the ruin, so one guy's on the far right there, which is to the top where that last blue dice went. And then I think I realised, oh, I could have a wee shot. So I call the shot, and then I measure the range once I've declared my target. The only weapon in range is the LMG, which was in range. And I'm going to roll the 4 dice in just a moment, and what happens? Now, I managed to get 3 potential hits there, so I'm going to roll 3 dice to see if I wound. I do have 1 wound, puts a pin on, and he rolls his cover save, so nothing happens. Now, the next dice out is Alex's. So let's see what Alex is going to do next. I think he just dropped the dice there, he wasn't rolling. And not quite sure what that roll... Oh, he's decided to activate the sniper. He passed his order test, and he's going to put him on ambush, which is a very smart thing to do. When they're on ambush, they get an extra +1 to improve the chances of them hitting. So instead of hitting on a 3, he'd be hitting on a 2. And then I've got a little officer squad there. I must have drawn the next dice. I've got a little officer squad, 3 submachine guns, trying to work out where to put them. I've decided, yeah, we'll sneak them on this bottom edge on the right here, and we're going to try and sneak them up the right hand side is my idea here. I'm thinking, oh, I could maybe, with a bit of luck, I could sneak them right the way around the back and maybe try and take out that sniper by the end of the turn. It's a bit early to be thinking this, but that was the thought here. So keep them out of line of sight of the sniper. And we were just checking that they could come on from the back edge of the board and the sniper wouldn't have a clear shot because that ruin is blocking them. Now, we're having a wee think. Yeah, what we're going to do, Paul. So we've got the other infantry unit. What are we going to do with them? Now here, I am thinking that we're going to put them safe, so out of line of sight of the sniper, because we don't know where any of the troops are coming on. So I'm going to spread them out a little bit, and I'm putting them behind this building here on a run move. Just keep them out of line of sight. They're a wee bit forward, possibly react to anything coming up that side, is my thoughts here. And then whose dice is out next? Another one of mine. I was having a quick check there to see if Alex had actually put his dice in the bag, I think. So what are we going to bring on next? Okay, let's have a look and see. Now, I've got another infantry squad here. Now, this is my last infantry squad, 6 men, all the squads are the same. 6 men and an LMG in each one, and they've each got a VB launcher, which is a grenade launcher on a rifle, acts as a sort of short range light mortar. And thinking I'll just put them in a position here. Keep them out of trouble, and they can possibly react once I know where Alex is setting up his troops. And I'm thinking he's going to set them up at the top left to try and keep out of the way of my artillery spotter, because he's got 2 artillery strikes that he could bring in. So I'm thinking if he sets up at his top left, I'm probably going to set up at the top right. Now, my next one in here, it was a light mortar. And again, I'm running them on here out of line of sight of that sniper that's on ambush, and just trying to keep them all out of trouble. Now, Alex is going to start setting up stuff, which is nice. At last I'll find out maybe what his plan is. What's he going to bring on? Ooh, he's bringing on one of his infantry squads here. And he's going to run them up behind that building, keeping them out of cover, which is quite a good tactic. I think we kind of shortened this 4x4 by sort of deciding that the river wasn't, if you see the buildings at the bottom there, the edge of the buildings are right up to the edge of the 4x4. So we didn't really play in that area, so it was like we were on a smaller board. So he set them out. Do you notice he's keeping them well apart, just so my mortar, and if my artillery barrage comes in, it helps to protect them. Now, here he's coming on a foot in, and he's going to advance because of the long table edges. You've got that area up there, and they can come on from the side 6 inches, and they're going to advance, and using their special rule, they'll advance, go into ambush. Because again, they're getting that extra hit when they're on ambush. Instead of hitting on 4s, they're going to hit on 3s if they manage to get their ambush off. And then he's drawn another dice. He's got another infantry squad coming. Now, as I suspected, he's going to start placing them up on that top left, which is where I thought he was going to come in. The squad at the bottom here near the canal that Alex put on, I didn't really, that kind of threw me off for a bit. I thought, oh gosh, what's happening here? And he's put that squad in behind the building, again out of line of sight, probably so that he can move them either way depending how the game progresses. And then I think that's his officer he's bringing in there. Good. Now, not an awful lot left to set up. I've pulled the dice out and having a look what's going to happen here. Yeah, big long look there. Now, all the time I'm setting this up, in my mind, I'm thinking, where the heck are those deep striking Carcasputio squad? Where are they going to come in? And I'm pretty sure they're going to come in on the bottom right, behind all my little squads, because they could clean up a whole load of dice there. And that's my artillery spotter. I'm trying to decide where he can hit, because he's everything at the top left of the board I can't really see, but I can see this squad down here. Now, what I'm trying to do there is place the marker so I've got half a chance if I roll high to hit the sniper, and then I think, no, I'll bring it down towards that sissy squad there, because I want to be sure I'm going to hit at least something rather than miss everything. We're moving on to turn 2, and we're going to roll and see in a moment if that artillery strike comes in. So, having a wee roll, what's going to happen? That's a 4. The artillery strike does come in. So it's going to be, that's a 1, so it's going to be a 7-inch radius. So I'm glad I moved the marker, because that just catches the one squad there. And I'm going to roll my dice, so hoping for a 6. Yeah boy, in comes a 6. I hit the squad, and that's a 4-inch template. And we're just deciding how many it hits. There we go, he's measuring it up. I think I hit 5 of them. And yep, trying to channel the luck in my dice. Good. And how many do I get? I get all of them. So then I roll 4 pins. They take the full whack of pins, and he's just got to do his check here. Because I've killed half of them, they do move up in veterancy. So does he pass or does he fail? He fails, and I've taken a squad out. 1 dice to me. Very, very lucky on that roll, but I'll take that. And I'm starting to think, okay, this might not be as bad as I thought it was going to be. So now I'm thinking I'm a dice up, and I'm going to have to protect from the deep strike coming in, because I'm expecting it here on turn 3 to come in. So having a look, deciding what we're going to do. What are we going to do? I'm thinking, yeah, I'm thinking I got a lucky shot on that sniper before. Let's have another little go, because he's kept the sniper on ambush there at the end of the turn, and the squad at the top left. And I managed to get 3 hits, roll and I just get 1 wound. He's going to roll, and damn it, he makes it again. But on goes that pin, which is always going to help if he's trying to fire. Instead of firing on 2 on ambush, he's going to fire on a 3, which might help a little bit. So what we're doing here, I'm going to have a look and advance into the house, and so I advance up here, and then we're going to come back and we're just going to check that as I was advancing through the house that the sniper couldn't get a line of sight, and I think we both agreed that he couldn't. Alex goes round to check that, and then I pull out the next dice, and I'm thinking, well, I could just keep advancing up here. It gets those small squads into some hard cover. Hopefully that cover will help to protect them against the deep striking unit that's coming on. So, which dice is coming out next? Yeah, it looks as though I'm going to be moving another unit here. Yep, I've decided it's those small units. I've got to try and protect them as much as possible, because I'm well aware that his deep strikers could take all 3 of my units out there. So I want to keep out of range of the sniper here. So that's why I'm going to move along the back of that ruin, and then I'm going to pop up into the house so that his sniper can't see me. Yeah, that's the anti-tank rifle moving up there. And sorry, it wasn't the anti-tank rifle, that was the mortar. my mistake. So the mortar is going to try and have a wee shot on the infantry squad that's on ambush at the top left there. Better measure for range, and I'll look at that. I'm about 2.5, 3 inches short. But I now know the range, which might help out later on. So it's always worth measuring your ranges. Pulled another dice out here, and yeah, let's have a look and see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put this squad in ambush. If the deep striking squad comes on, they might very well have a chance of having a wee shot at them as they come on. Even if I could take one model out, it would make a difference. And then that's Alex's dice coming out there. He's going to snap to it with his officer. Automatically snaps to it because the officer doesn't have any pins on, so there's no order check. And he's going to move up the infantry squad there. First of all, just going to move them up, probably going to put them into ambush with their special rule. Remember, when they go into ambush, if the ambush fires off, they get a +1 advantage on the shot. So instead of hitting on 4s, they would be hitting on 3s. Now, we're having a wee discussion here. I've drawn the dice out, must be my dice. We're having a look to see what we're going to do. And what is it we're going to do, Paul? We've only got a few units left now. So yeah, get rid of this little squad here, this little 2-man anti-tank rifle. Got to keep them out of harm's way as best we can. So I want to move them into that house. But because the sniper's on ambush, I don't really want to run them up where the sniper can see. So I'm going to advance them into the house here. And he's just checking the sniper can't see them moving in the house there, and they couldn't. If I'd have moved them straight forward into the house, the sniper would have had a line of sight there, and taken a wee shot at them. So next dice out is mine as well. Yeah, we're just checking to see what we've got left. And looks like we've got 2 units left to go here. So I've got the squad and I've got the artillery observer. So I'm going to put that squad up behind the house at the top right there on ambush. Not much else for them to do. They don't want to poke their heads out. And the last dice out is on the observer. Now, the observer has no line of sight really to anything useful or any place where he could place the artillery bombardment. So I'm just considering if I moved him out a little bit, I could possibly still stay out of line of sight of his sniper, but perhaps get a slightly better placement on the artillery bombardment and possibly take 1 or 2, maybe even 3 units, have a chance at taking them out. So I'm just considering it. I'm explaining to Alex what I'm planning to do, just so that there's no disagreement a bit later on. And when I move it, we'll probably just double check that artillery spotter is out of line. So I've just nudged him out a little bit, but it gives me a much better placement on the bombardment if I can bring it in next turn. Okay, what have we got left? We've got Alex's dice. Oh, we didn't snap to it last time, take it back. That was just his officer will move up to support those units and the sniper there. Just bringing them up and round. And that's the end of that turn. Yep. Oh, he's looking to see if he's going to snap to it with any of his ambushes. Not snap to it. See if any of his ambushes trigger. He's going to try and trigger the one. It didn't trigger. And he's decided not to bother. I don't think there was any targets for his other unit. So he's just going to take the dice up. I'm considering the same. I'm going to leave that unit down there on ambush just in case his deep strikers come in. It's unlikely they'll come in for that side, but the unit that's to the rear, to the right-hand side there, could possibly get shot anywhere almost along the back edge of the board. So now I'm thinking he's probably going to come in from the bottom right of the board, which he can do, which would keep him out of line of sight of those two units. So, first turn of the third, so first dice of the third turn. Just trying to consider what to do, trying to save these three small units here as best I can. The deep striking squad is very hard to mitigate against, and it could all go badly. So we've decided the light mortar. Is it? Oh no. So I decide that the lieutenant is going to move forward, try and get away from those deep strikers and stay in hard cover. So he's going to move forward into this house. Now, I was thinking that we had two separate houses here, so the line of sight would be blocked from the house that's just to the left of the house they've moved into. But as it turns out, we decided we keep it as one building, as you'll see in a moment. So they're in there. They've got no targets. They can't run because they're moving through rough terrain. And then let's see what happens next. There's a bit of thinking going on there, Paul. And we've thought, and yeah, let's see if we can get this mortar to have a shot. So I'm going to move him up. I want to keep him in the building because he can't get out of the building. I don't want to put him in the open because he's just going to die to fire there. And he's going to mortar that squad because I'm pretty sure I'm within range now. So I'll have a little look. Will we get them on a 6? No, it's a 4. So we miss them, but we're dialed in, and you never know if they don't move. Next turn on a 5, we might get them. So I'm just marking it up that it's 5s to hit if that squad doesn't move. And then more dice. Alex is on the draw this time by the looks of it. And what will come? So he's having a wee think. He's looking down at that sniper. Oh yeah, I think one of my small squads is in trouble. So he's going to do an order check. He's just going to see if his officer is within 6 inches, which he is. There we go. He passes, the dice comes off. And he's going to have a go at firing. I thought he was going to fire at one of the guys in the houses, but he actually fires at the officer unit. We have a wee discussion about the buildings, but we're quite happy just to see he's got line of sight through there. And he rolls and hits. And then does he kill? No, he doesn't. On a 1, we survive. Nobody's lost from that unit. And they just get a pin, so I'll count myself slightly lucky there. Into the bag. Now, what's going to happen next? Let's have a look and see. So it's one of Alex's dice that's out. He's just looking to see what's going to happen. He's probably going to advance that squad. And what's going through my head here is I'm trying to think how to mitigate this deep striking squad coming on. They're veteran, they've got medic, they've got submachine guns, they're moving those submachine guns and not taking any penalty for moving because they're an assault weapon. Oh, so I'm thinking I need to try and save my guys here. I'm thinking it's going to go quite badly for me when those guys come on. Anyway, his squad there is moved. It takes off the zeroing in, and he's gone back on ambush. That's one of the big strengths. And we've just done an order check there for something. What did we order check for? I think the deep strikers are coming on. That was 10, but they don't take the minus for coming on because they've got the not infiltrate, they've got, oh, the special rule, that means you don't take the -1. Now, rather surprisingly, he doesn't come on from my back edge. He comes on just there. I mean, it's almost back edge, but I thought he actually comes on from the bottom edge, which is my left-hand edge there. And he's coming on from the right. So one of my squads is probably going to die horribly here. They're all in point blank, so they're going to be hitting on 2s. He's got 6 men in the squad, so 12 dice, hitting on 2s. Which squad does he fire at? I can't remember now. We're about to find out. An awful lot of hits. Yeah, 10 hits. And I think these guys are going to be well dead. So how many? I've got 5 cover saves. And as you can see, they die. What a shame. Poor lads. And it was the anti-tank rifle team. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to go badly. So badly. But bolt action is one of those games. Never say die. Now, these guys are going to... I was asking him where he came on the board there, just to be sure. And I'm like, oh, my ambush could trigger. So he allows me to take the ambush there. Just seeing what's in range. And I've got a VB launcher, 4 rifles, and a light machine gun. That's not correct. I've got 3 rifles and 1 pistol, because the pistol is the loader. So that's the light machine gun. Oh, it's just off table there. It was one guy was dead. They're in the open, so there was no cover save. He puts the pin on. And that was possibly it, because I don't think the VB launcher had line of sight there. Okay, I switched that ambush order to a fire order. And I'm thinking, oh, this is not going to go well. I'm quite happy to take that one guy out. It all makes the difference. And as Alex is making his moves here, he's moving up his infantry squad. He's going to move at 6 and put it on ambush, because why wouldn't you if you finish? It's a very strong army, the Finns. But they don't move very fast, but they're very effective on the fire. And all the time I'm trying to think, how am I going to save my backside here with these infiltrators? They are still looking pretty darn threatening. So let's have a look. Not a lot's going to go on down there. I'm thinking, well, he's not going to be firing on my other squads really. They're not going to take a lot of damage, or so I think. And yes, how am I going to save them? My dice comes out and I think, oh, yeah, the squad in the ruin there could fire on them. Yeah, it would be nice to try, and even if I could take 1 out each turn, if I could get a few fires. So yeah, I'm going to go for that. They're going to do a fire order, and they're going to fire on this lot. Now, I've got, again, same as the other squad, 1 pistol, 1 VB launcher, 1 light machine gun, and 3 rifles. Now, so we're just trying to work out the shots. This is the light machine guns and the rifles coming in. They're going to be hitting on a 4. Get a few hits there, 3. And I'm like, oh, well, I should kill one of them from that. They are going to get light cover, because I'm firing through cover, apart from the guy at the front, and we didn't really figure that out. But that's what we were saying, so they'll get their cover saves. So there's 3. Am I going to kill anybody? Oh, I get 1, so he's going to take a cover save for that. And he fails the cover save, but he actually medics himself alive. Rawr! Now, the VB launcher fires, and he hits on a 6. Wow. I'm rolling the 6s when I need them. So it's going to hit 2 guys. Doesn't kill anybody, but still just takes the 1 pin, but I am now zeroed in with the VB launcher. Now I'm thinking, that gives me a wee chance here if I can stop these guys from moving. So here I'm thinking, how do I get more pins on them? I don't have to kill them necessarily. It'd be nice if I did. Alex just drew a dice there, and he's moved his officer squad up to the top left hand corner behind that ruin, just to keep them out of the way. But if they're needed, he can come out and help out with morale checks and things. So I'm having a wee think here, and I'm thinking, how can I get more pins on these guys? Ooh, what do I need to do? And I'm also thinking, now that I took the squad out in the first turn, my officer doesn't really have anybody up at the top there. But you know what? For just now, let's go with the artillery spotter. Now you can see I've got a bit better angle. So now where I've placed it, I've got a chance of getting possibly 3 units there, the 2 infantry units and the sniper. So deciding whether to keep people in ambush. No, I want all my dice in the bag this time. Trying to pull more dice out because I have a 1 dice advantage in the bag over him. So the bit of luck, my dice will come out first, and that will give me a chance to get some pins on the deep striking unit. So we see if that bombardment comes in. No, well, it does, but it goes astray. So we're going to roll 3d6 and a random direction dice to see where it ends up. Now, if I remember rightly, it's going to drift back towards me. And then we're going to measure to see if it's going to hit any unit. So I roll the dice. That's a 10-inch. So we're rolling. And I think it actually misses everything. Yeah, misses absolutely everything. So that was wasted, but could have been worse, could have been better. I'm a bit disappointed that it didn't put some pins on things, which could have made a bit of a difference. So, yeah, I pulled the first dice there, thank goodness for that. And this unit is just going to fire again, because remember, that VB launcher is now dialed in. So it's hitting it on a 2. He hits. I'm going to roll 2 dice. Can I take somebody out? I do take 1 guy out, and they take just the 1 pin, unfortunately. But they've still got the shots from the light machine gun and the rifles. Unfortunately, I only get 2 hits out of that. It's a bit under power. But I do manage to kill another 1. So I've now got that unit down to half measures. But he does his medic roll and he passes again. So yes, I'm rolling 6s, but so is Alex. And I'm like, oh. But anyway, so how can I get more pins on this unit? Because I want to get them to fail a morale check or have to do a rally. So I'm looking at that squad there. Now I play this slightly wrong, as we'll see. But I think if I can get that squad down there, they've got a few shots coming out. They've got another VB launcher. You never know. You never know. So they're going to move down. You'll see they move down in 2 columns. And that's a little bit important for a move I make later on. So we've got the 6 guys in there. They've moved. They're going to be hitting on 5s. Apart from the VB launcher is going to be hitting on 6s. It misses, but he's now dialed in on a 5 for the next turn. And then we're going to do the shots. He decides to go down. And that's exactly what I want. I want that unit down. So now they're not going to assault me this turn. My little small units can breathe a sigh of relief for a moment. We have the shots come in. Again, it's not great. There's only 3 hits. Mind you, it's 5s. That's about right. And I kill another, well, I wound another one. Does he survive? No, he doesn't. Medic roll. Yay, fails his medic roll. So now I have taken the unit down to 3. They've lost half, but they now go from, because of the special rule that they have, they go from morale 10 for veterans to morale 11 for veterans. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be so tougher to take them out.
So they got 4 pins on them, and I'm thinking, oh, if I could just pin these guys out, that would be fantastic. Alex thinks, yeah, I'm trying to mitigate these, the effect of these infiltrators, and I'm thinking, you've done all right at the moment, Paul. Let's take another man out and put another pin on. They survived the morale check as well, sorry, for having down to half men. The sniper is firing. He's firing at the officer unit, and he just does another pin. He doesn't kill anybody. And my dice next. So, interesting. I've got the idea in my head. Let's put pins on and try and kill another one of these guys. So I'm thinking there's 2 ways I can do this. I've either got the squad behind the house at the top right who can come down and possibly get a line of fire. Now, I've got the light mortar in there. He's probably okay this turn, so he could probably fire again because it's unlikely they're going to do anything. I was just pointing to that squad behind the house. I'm trying to work out if they can come down and get a line of fire. Now, the unit that I moved before, that's on the far right, right up to the table's edge, if I'd have put them in a single line, I would have got a line of fire up there. At the moment, I haven't got an inch either side. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. And I decide that I'm going to move the artillery spotter into the house on a 6-inch move, and I'm going to have a shot with the submachine guns at that infiltrator unit, see if I can get a pin on. So they've moved, but they don't take the negative for moving. So they're going to be hitting on 4s with 6 shots, but they are firing through light cover, the building, so they be heavy cover actually. So they will get a cover save. I only get the 1 hit. That's a bit disappointing on a 5. It doesn't kill anybody, so they just take another pin. I'm a bit meh, but I'm looking at those pins going on, and I'm thinking, ooh, we've really mitigated that unit. So I'm thinking, do you know what? If I could take that unit out, that would give me another dice, because they're starting to look a little bit weak. So that's what's going through my head here, and let's see what's happening. I think Alex has got a dice now, so let's see what Alex does. He's going to advance this unit again. He's going to advance and he will go into ambush again, because as I keep saying, why wouldn't you if you finish? Now that means that it's very difficult for me to come out and fire, because I know they're not hitting on 4s, they're hitting on 3s, which increases their hit rate vastly, and also means the more hits you get, the more chances you have of killing something, quite obviously. So I'm not going to be poking my head out, I'm going to let them come to me. So my dice, and as I say, in my head I'm thinking, how can I put more pins on this unit and take them out? Okay, what do I do here? I do an order check on the officer squad. And I'm thinking, first of all, let's get the officer up the field, because I could possibly take out his officer and his sniper if I was lucky. And I'm measuring forward, and then I have a look and I think, oh no, hold on a moment. Here it comes, light bulb moment. You have one of those ideas that seems like a fantastic idea and doesn't come off, and I'm thinking, oh, I could just retreat these guys back 6 inches, and I could fire at that infiltration squad at the back there, the deep strikers. So I move this squad here. Now, I have forgotten something here. This squad that was an ambush is now going to fire at my officer when he's in the open. Big mistake. There we go. He's going to fire at them as they were crossing the road, which he's perfectly entitled to do. So now I've got quite a lot of shots. I've probably got 6 shots. Yeah, 6 shots on 2s. 3 hits, and 1, 2. They're in the open and they die. What a silly boy am I. I was feeling absolutely stupid. However, we make mistakes. Let's learn from it. So, you always need to remember who the opposition has on ambush. It's very easy to forget and get suckered in, which is why you put stuff on ambush. So, this squad's going to move up into the cover there because, yeah, why not get cover? And they're going to go on ambush. Now, I'm starting to smart a little bit. But I'm thinking, okay, let's concentrate on the plan, was to try and take these deep strikers out. So, how can I do this? We'll come to the end of turn 4. I've only got the one unit left to move, I think. And that's the unit behind the house. Now I'm trying to think, how can I use them to come down on these 3 men? So I can move them down, and I'm thinking, I'll move them down. I'll use the VB launcher as the only weapon I can use here because it fires indirect. So I'm going to move them down, and so I'm moving this unit down here because the VB launcher is going to fire indirect. If I'd have left a bit of space, I could have got the shots on. I'm trying to keep them out of the line of sight of this squad on the road here. And I've got a line of sight for the VB launcher. It's the only thing that can fire in this situation at the moment. But you never know. If I roll another 6, who knows? So let's see what happens. Oh, it's a 5. It was so close. But I'm dialed in on a 5 for next turn. There we go, just marking them up so we know. And it's probably the last of Alex's dice here to go. Oh, I might still have my mortar to go, I can't remember now. So that's his officer's going to move back across just to support the sniper who was down to 1 man. It's my last dice, I'm pretty sure. I'm deciding what to do with the mortar team here. There's a light mortar in the house to the right that I'm leaning over just now, where the Cuckoo Spartio squad, probably messing these pronunciations, is hiding behind. So, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Come on, Paul, big decisions. Yeah, we've decided I'm just going to pop a shot off because I don't think the infiltrator squad is going to do me any harm. On a 5, oh, it was worth a try, you never know, might have hit. And we'll be close to the end of the turn. So let's see what happens. Now I'm thinking if I could take the infiltrating squad out, that would be us on an honourable draw. I've just marked up the mortar so we know who's dialed in on, and these guys, it's the end of the turn, so they're going to see if their ambush goes. It doesn't go, and we're just picking up the dice for the end of the turn. I did ask him if he wanted to leave those guys down, but he decided he wasn't going to. He wanted as many dice in the bag, and we're on to turn 5. Looks as though possibly Alex could win this. He's a dice up at the moment. But I pull the first dice there, and there's going to be more hurt coming on these deep strikers. So I'm just deciding what to do now. Of course, it's going to be the squad that's already dialed in with the VB launcher. So they're going to have a fire order. So let's see, it'll be the VB launcher I probably have a go with first. It rolls off there. He's put his unit down, and the VB launcher hit, but it didn't actually kill anybody. It was only a +1. And then the rest of the weapons, and we got 3 possible kills there. So he's got his cover saves coming up. I'm keep my fingers crossed, hoping they're all going to die. But yeah, just one of them. So it's another pin on. And then that's the rest of the weapons firing. Can't remember what that roll was for. Anyway, that was for pins, I think, because the VB launcher hit. Anyway, next dice was mine, and I'm trying to think what to do. I'm seeing those pins mounting up. That squad's got 7 pins now. If I can get another 4 pins on them, they're going to disappear, even if I don't kill them. I'm trying to work out how to get 4 pins on them. Now, I'm thinking about this mortar. He's probably fairly safe where he is at the moment. So I'm going to roll again on the same squad. Don't make it this time. Maybe on a 4 next time if they don't move. I'm pretty sure they will move. And I did that move first because the deep striking unit there with the 7 pins, they ain't going to be moving anywhere soon. So I can afford to wait a little bit of time. And I wanted to use that mortar shot while it was still dialed in, because they're going to move and go into ambush again, and I would lose the slightly better shot. Still missed it, but there you go. So we're having a wee discussion here. What's going on? I think Alex is going to do a move. Yep, it's the sword I was firing at. They're going to move. And do they go on ambush or do they shoot? Let's have a wee look. So they're doing their advance move here. Yep, they go on ambush. That loses the dialed in. And the next dice out. One of mine. Now, what can we do? If I could get two VB launchers to land on them and both do 2 pins, I could take that unit out. And I'm really glad I haven't let that deep striking unit go wild in the back there. We've kept them nice and suppressed. And at the moment, I'm thanking my lucky stars, and inside my head, I am swearing deeply that I allowed my command unit, my officer unit, to die needlessly. So the submachine guns are going to fire again first. So they're going to do 6 shots on 4s this time. So I was doing the first 2 there because he's not firing through cover. And we roll up there, and he doesn't kill one, just puts a pin on. The others fire. They do a wound. VP launcher comes in and misses. Yeah, he does. He killed one with the shots there. Okay, there isn't a VB launcher in the artillery observer squad, silly man. But now they're on 8 pins. Oh, please, give me a chance. So I'm looking here, I'm thinking, how can I get the squad at the top right into the action? And I'm thinking, I need to move the squad that's on the far right, just in front of them. I need to move them so they're in one line, so I can get a line of sight with the light machine gun. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm going to advance this unit, even though it's given them 5s, and it puts the VB launcher back to 6s, unfortunately. But you never know, rolling a 6. So I'm going to move them all just into a line. You see what I'm doing there? I'm clearing the way for the squad that's behind that squad that's being moved, to give them space to fire. And they're just going to fire on there. They're now firing on 5s because they've moved. VB launcher fires. Stays on a 5. He was needing to roll a 6 there. And the rest of the dice come out on 5s. That wasn't too shabby. 3 shots on a 5. And we get 1 hit out of that. He's doing his medic roll. Doesn't, so he's going to lose somebody else. He's doing his, and they fail and they run. So I've taken that squad out. We're back to 2 dice all, and I'm thinking we're pretty secure for a draw here. But if I could get another dice, I would take the moral victory. So I'm mighty relieved to have taken that squad out. I am annoyed with myself for losing that officer squad. And I'm thinking, how the heck could I take another unit out here? So, whose dice is out next? Yep, one of Alex's. This squad here is going to advance. They're still in the cover, and I think he went on ambush there. So I've just got the 1 unit left to go, I think it is, yeah. So what are we going to do with this unit down here? They can't really pop their heads out. They really don't want to move into that building. They're going to be reduced. So what are we going to do with them? Now, my units do have, 2 of the units do have tough fighter on them. So they should hold up well in a hand-to-hand fight. I think that's what Alex is coming in here to try to get into hand-to-hand, or if I'm stupid enough to leave that 3-man artillery observer unit. If I'm stupid enough to leave them out in the open, he probably fancies chances at an assault. I'm trying to move these guys so they can get a shot on one of the infantry lot. And we do a little bit of line of sight. I'm pretty sure his sniper can't see me if I move around there. Actually, no, sorry, it's the sniper I'm trying to get a shot on. But that the 2 ambushing units can't shoot me. Because I think if I can get my LMG in there and I could take that sniper out, that would be a 3rd dice. So I'm just looking. I'm pretty sure I can move my LMG into the corner of that house at the top right and get a shot on the sniper. I've been pretty good at shooting at a sniper so far. And then I'm just letting Alex know what I'm intending to do. And I've told him I'm moving one of the figures over and I'm inviting him to come and have a look just to make sure that we're both okay with that movement. You can't see him in shot, he's lining it up. He's agreed that his units can't see me, but I can see his sniper. So I'm going to move the unit round here and then I'll have a wee shot with the LMG. Now, what happens here? Oh, please take the sniper out, Paul. So 4 shots. Look at that. 3 hits. That's not bad. 3 hits. 3 saves. Now, how does he do with 3 saves? I think he's dead, but we forgot he has the infiltrator rule, if I remember rightly. Yeah, that's it. Got the infiltrator rule, so that 3 actually does save him. And damn it, I was all excited there being a dice up, and it snatched away from me. So the infiltrator rule gives him an extra cover save, which actually saves him by the skin of the teeth. Damn it, I was so close. So we put him back, take the dice back, boo, hiss. But there we go. And we have a look, and yeah, we're just talking over that. Oh, I was so excited. I thought I'd won there. Well, not won. Moral victory. And he's done an order check on the sniper now. So the sniper is going to fire back at something. Looking to see what targets he has. He's going to move the sniper. Oh, right, okay. So he moves sniper. Because remember, in ruined buildings, they're just counted as having one floor. So that sniper, even though he looks so he's perched up high, he was actually on the ground floor. And he's going to run and he's going to advance into the ground floor of the house. Now, it means that because it's an advance move, now you can advance or run into a house. It used to be you could only run in. But because of the special rule, in the rule book, you can't advance into a house and fire. But the Finnish have a special rule: when you advance, you can go into ambush. So now he's advanced into the house and gone into ambush, which is quite an interesting rule to remember. It's a bit situational, but could be handy. We're going to move on to turn 6. He's looking to see if these ambushes are triggered, which they are, and he's going to have a little shot at the guys in that house. And let's have a look. I've got a few cover saves. Oh dear. I failed both of them on a 1 and a 2, really. So that gives the dice to Alex, and he's 1 up on the moral victory. Boo. And he was just seeing if the sniper's ambush triggered there. It did, if I remember. I think that was a 4 he threw there. Yeah, another 4, it hits. And that's a 6. So we just take one guy off because I get to choose. And then he's just deciding he's going to keep that ambush on there. So, yes, he's in moral victory at the moment. And I'm thinking, how can I get another dice? Let's have another go at that sniper. Let's make this a proper draw. Oh, damn sniper. Damned infiltrator rule. Yeah, we're just having a wee chuckle over that. Alex is a great guy to play against, and he is a very good player as well. He beat me in the sort of last game at the Scottish GT that was held in Glasgow earlier this year. Absolutely hammered me. But we have great fun, and it's good having him at the club. It's going to improve my game a little bit, and if we can play some more of these 500-point games, give you a little bit of entertainment. So he put the sniper on. Sniper managed to kill somebody. Yeah, kill somebody out of that squad. They get a pin on. And let's see what else pulls out of the bag. It's one of mine. Whoa, what's Paul going to do? Yeah, I'm eyeing up that sniper. I don't think there's much else I can do. I haven't got enough shots to take out one of his largest squads, really. Even if the VB launcher was to hit, at best, it would only take 2 people out of one of those squads. And as we're on turn 6, probably not going to happen. I put those guys in ambush just for something to do. I can't see anything useful to do with them. I put the artillery observer squad in ambush just in case he moves. Because if I moved, I was going to trigger his ambush, so I didn't want to trigger the ambush, so I just put the ambush on there so he doesn't get a shot at me. I can't remember what he did with his officer there. I think he put him on ambush, possibly. My dice comes out. Now I'm trying to think of what to do. Yeah, we'll have a wee fire order with those guys. They don't pass their order, they go down. Fortunately, I wasn't a foobar. That would have been fun and games. And then, what dice is out next? Starting to run through the dice quickly. I really like the 500-point army lists. You don't get an awful lot of toys. You've got to think about it. Alex has been very smart with this finish list because it is really quite powerful at 500 points. Poor old French are working out reasonably well. This is a list. Is this Beau's list? Yeah, I think this is a list Beau did because I'd probably use cavalry if it was my own list at 500 points. So they're going to move. They're going to have a go at firing at the machine gun squad, I think, because there's only 3 of them. So it's in theory, it's the easiest target to take out. Oh no, he just put them on ambush. So he's going to try and trigger the ambushes at the end, most likely. So my dice, what am I going to do? I'm going to pop my LMG round the corner. So he has a line of sight on the sniper. And I'll have a wee go at trying to take out the sniper. I'm just making sure that everybody stays in cover, just keeping the squad legal. And we'll have a 4 shots at the sniper. Yeah, I'm within range. I forgot they were on ambush. He's having a look to see. He's triggered the ambush. You can't see the ambush. We get 3 hits. And get over 2 wounds. And we take out the sniper. Fantastic. Wonderful. So we're on 3 dice each. 6, turn 6. I'm hoping it doesn't go at turn 7. But we're on the perfect draw here. Now he's seeing if his ambushes fire. I don't think either of them fired. We're going to roll for turn 7 on a 4 up. It would be another turn. And yep, we go at turn 7. So can I survive the 7th turn? Ooh, should be interesting. It'll help if I put my dice in the bag. Thank you, Alex. It'll be another quick turn and just see, can I survive? Now, here, what I should be doing, his troops aren't on ambush at the moment. So it's a perfect opportunity to move my 7-man squad, my 3-man artillery observer squad out of the way if I got the first dice. But I didn't get the first dice. So that didn't help very much. But that's what my first move would have been, getting that 3-man squad out of the way because they are the softest target. He's just moving them back out of the way. Not quite sure why he bothered. But he's moved them back out of the way and put them back into ambush. He's going to try and trigger the ambushes. I think he would have been as well just firing, to be honest. But I've now taken these guys. Yeah, damn right, we're going to get out of dodge, seeing he's given me a wee chance there. I would have thought he would have been better shooting at me because, given the chance, I'm going to get them out of dodge. And now everything else is reasonably solid and it's going to be difficult. Oh, he did put them on ambush, so he triggered the ambush. And yeah, I'm trying to get out of dodge. Did I survive? Yes, I did. Cover saves. And I made it, so I'm a happy bunny, but his other squad or his sniper won't get a chance to fire at me. So now I'm quite happy. We've got a draw. I can't see, nobody's going to take 2 dice out here. So we're just going to play this out to a finish. Let's see, what are we going to do? He's only got his officer in the other squad. We're probably discussing whether it's actually worth carrying on at this stage, but we'll see. I think we probably will play it out. We weren't short of time at the club. It's quite a short game. It just lasted about an hour, 10 minutes, this game. And we were chatting along. We had a couple of guys come and chat to us, and Brian, chairman of the club, came and chatted for a little while. So he's going to move down here. It's possible, with good luck, he could take another dice, I guess. Yep, onto ambush. Good. So he's putting them on ambush rather than fire, because what he wants is to see at the end of the game, can he roll the 2 ambushes? And now he's hitting on 3s instead of 4s, which increases his chances. What am I going to do with Electric Boogaloo? Yeah, this squad over here, not quite sure what to do with them. They're not going to take any part. There's not going to be another, so I just move them just so we can finish off the game. Oh, look at that. If you can hear my dog in the background, my apologies. I think he's just warning me that the postman is about to come. So he may go off in a moment. But we're drawn to the close of this game. Yeah, we've only got 2 or 3 minutes to go here. I'm just looking to see if I can get a line of sight on anything. To be honest, it's pretty pointless firing, but yeah, let's just have a go. I don't think I had a line of sight there. And yeah, I'm just deciding what to do with this last unit. I think the last dice out were mine. What will I do? I'll just fire at them for the sake of it. They pass the order test. And they are, what did I do? I think I put them on ambush so that if he shot at me, I could put them down. He's not got anything to shoot with. What are these guys going to do? There's nothing much they can shoot at. They might as well try and put a pin on one of those 2 units in ambush, I guess. I don't want to move them so they get a free shot. Just moving them round a little bit, just so he can get a shot on one of those squads. Chances are he won't fire at that squad. And I'll put some shots on them just for the sake of it. So I think it was just the LMG that was in range. Oh no, maybe the rifles were in range. I'm counting up shots there. See how many they've got. So here we come. 5s. Yeah, 2 hits. 1 possible. Take a pin. VB launcher misses. And we call it a draw. Excellent. So hope you enjoyed that. It was a great game with Alex. I'm loving this 500 points. It's something a wee bit different. We don't usually play 500 points.
So that's what a 500 point 1 box challenge game looks like in Bolt Action version 3. Real armies, real mistakes and real results. If that's got you thinking about your own list, fantastic. That is the whole point. The 1 box challenge is running right now. There's a link to the Bolt Action Bootcamp below where you can get in touch there, get in, tell us what you're building. And if you can be in Falkirk on October the 10th, I'd love to see you there. If you want to see more battle reports from the channel, like and subscribe and comment down below, and you'll be instantly updated when the next one drops. And if you'd like a copy of our Bolt Action reference sheet for easy rules, not having to look through the book, all the charts and everything in the one place, just comment reference sheet down below. Take care guys, and talk to you again soon.